What if I told you the reason you look younger than your age has very little to do with your skin and everything to do with something far deeper? Think about it. Have you ever met a woman whose presence feels fresh, captivating, almost impossible to ignore? Not because she is trying too hard, but because there is something naturally radiant about her. Something soft, magnetic, quietly powerful. The kind of beauty that makes people look twice, then wonder what her secret is. Here's the truth. Some women do not simply age differently. They carry a timeless energy. Their smile feels warm. Their eyes still sparkle with life. Their confidence is calm, elegant, and deeply attractive. And there is something undeniably beautiful about a woman who carries that kind of inner glow. It is not loud, yet it commands attention. It is not flashy, yet it lingers in people's minds long after she is gone. And if people often tell you that you look younger than your age, there may be a reason you have never considered. Maybe your heart stayed soft in a hard world. Maybe your spirit refused to become heavy. Maybe your soul still dances with hope, passion, and quiet confidence. Because true youth is not about looking young. It is about feeling alive in a way most people lose far too early. And tonight, we are uncovering the hidden reasons behind that timeless glow, reasons so deep, so powerful, that by the end of this message, you may never look at yourself the same way again. There is something quietly breathtaking about a woman whose energy feels light. You notice it instantly, even if you cannot explain it. It is in the way she enters a room without forcing attention, yet somehow attention naturally finds her. It is in the softness of her smile, the calm warmth in her eyes, the graceful way she carries herself, as if life may have tested her, but never managed to harden her spirit. And that is where true youthful beauty begins. Not on the surface, but in the energy a person carries every single day. You see, many people grow older long before their years because emotional weight starts living inside them. Stress becomes part of their expression. Disappointment settles into their posture. Bitterness quietly steals the sparkle from their eyes. Life becomes heavy, and eventually, they begin to look heavy in spirit. But some women are different. They have known heartbreak. They have faced pressure. They have walked through seasons that could have made them cold, distant, guarded, and yet, they chose softness. They chose peace. They chose grace. They learned how to let go of what was never meant to stay. They stopped carrying yesterday's pain into today's smile. They refused to let resentment become part of their beauty. And because of that, something extraordinary happened. They remained emotionally light. That lightness becomes magnetic. It makes their laughter feel genuine, their presence feel refreshing, and their beauty feel alive in a way that no expensive product could ever recreate. There is something deeply feminine and undeniably attractive about a woman whose heart is not crowded by heaviness. She moves differently, she speaks differently, she glows differently. Her energy feels clean, soft, inviting, almost healing to be around. And people are naturally drawn to that because light energy is rare in a world full of emotional exhaustion. The truth is, youthful beauty is often hidden emotional freedom. It is the freedom of not holding on to anger, the freedom of not replaying old wounds, the freedom of not allowing negativity to rent space in the mind. It is choosing joy without guilt, choosing peace without apology, choosing softness in a world that often rewards hardness, and that choice changes everything. It keeps the face relaxed. It keeps the eyes bright. It keeps the spirit playful, warm, and deeply captivating. So if people tell you that you look younger than your age, perhaps what they are really seeing is not your skin, but your lightness. They are seeing a woman who learned how to carry life beautifully without allowing life to become too heavy to carry. And that kind of beauty, calm, radiant, emotionally free beauty, has a timeless glow that age simply cannot touch. There is something deeply captivating about a woman who has not lost her sense of wonder. In a world that teaches people to become guarded, serious, and emotionally distant, she remains beautifully alive inside. She still feels excitement in small moments. She still notices the little things others rush past, the quiet beauty of a sunrise, the comfort of rain on a window, a meaningful conversation late at night, a song that touches the soul, a simple smile that brightens an ordinary day. And that quiet ability to still feel deeply keeps her youthful in a way that goes far beyond appearance. Because youth is not only found in smooth skin or physical beauty, it lives in emotional freshness, in curiosity, in joy, in the spark that says, life still amazes me. Many people age quickly because somewhere along the way they stop feeling wonder. Life disappoints them, routine drains them, heartbreak hardens them, and slowly they begin moving through life without truly experiencing it. They stop being curious, they stop being playful, they stop allowing themselves to be surprised, inspired, or emotionally touched. Their world becomes predictable, and with predictability comes dullness. Not just in the mind, but in the spirit, in the eyes, in the very energy they carry. But some women refuse to let that happen. Even after pain, they keep their hearts open. Even after disappointment, they still believe beautiful things can happen. Even after life becomes difficult, they keep a little magic alive inside themselves. That is rare. That is powerful. And that creates an irresistible kind of beauty. There is something almost magnetic about a woman whose eyes still light up when she talks about what she loves, whose laugh still comes from deep within, whose playful side still appears naturally, whose heart still knows how to feel excitement, romance, passion, and possibility. That emotional aliveness creates a glow people notice instantly. It makes her presence feel refreshing, warm, and unforgettable. She does not feel emotionally tired. She feels emotionally vibrant, and vibrant energy is timelessly attractive. The truth is, wonder keeps the soul young. It keeps expressions alive. It keeps the smile genuine. It keeps the spirit dancing, even in quiet moments. A woman who still carries wonder inside her does not just look youthful, she feels youthful to everyone around her. Her energy reminds people of what life is supposed to feel like before fear, stress, and disappointment make hearts heavy. She becomes a reminder that beauty is not only about appearance, it is about being fully alive. So if people tell you that you seem younger than your age, maybe what they are noticing is not simply how you look. Maybe it is the beautiful fact that despite everything life has shown you, a part of your soul still looks at life with bright eyes, an open heart, and a quiet sense of wonder that time has never been able to steal. There is a kind of beauty that turns heads. And then there is a kind of beauty that quietly holds attention without trying. The second kind is deeper, rarer, and far more powerful. It comes from peace, real peace. The kind that settles deep within a woman after life has taught her what truly matters and what simply does not deserve her energy anymore. There is something undeniably captivating about a woman who no longer chases chaos, no longer argues with every opinion, no longer feels the need to prove her worth to people who cannot see it. She has grown beyond that. She has learned that protecting her peace is protecting her power. And strangely enough, that inner peace begins to show on the outside in ways people instantly notice. Her face feels softer, not because life has been easy, but because she stopped carrying emotional storms everywhere she goes. Her eyes feel calmer, warmer, more inviting, because they are no longer filled with constant worry, tension, or inner conflict. Her smile becomes more genuine because it is no longer forced. It rises as naturally from a heart that has learned stillness. And there is something deeply feminine, elegant, and quietly magnetic about that kind of calm energy. In a noisy world, peace stands out. In a restless world, calm feels luxurious. In a world where so many people are emotionally exhausted, a woman who carries serenity feels almost unforgettable. That is why peace can make someone appear younger than their age. Stress tightens the face. Anxiety hardens expression. Constant emotional battles make the spirit feel heavy. But peace does the opposite. It softens, brightens, and renews. It creates space inside the soul for joy, warmth, and quiet confidence to grow. And confidence built on peace is incredibly attractive because it does not beg for attention. It naturally commands respect. This is the woman who walks slowly because she is not rushing to prove anything. This is the woman who speaks gently because she knows her voice carries weight without needing volume. This is the woman whose presence feels comforting, graceful, and subtly powerful because she is no longer at war with herself. She knows who she is. She knows what she deserves. She knows what she will never settle for. And there is a soft strength in that certainty that makes her glow in a timeless way. People may think they are noticing youthful beauty when they look at her, but what they are truly feeling is the beauty of peace, a soul that has learned how to remain soft without being weak, calm without being cold, graceful without losing strength. So if people often tell you that you look younger than your age, maybe it is because your spirit learned something many never do. How to release what steals peace, how to choose what nourishes the heart, and how to carry life with a quiet elegance that keeps your energy fresh, radiant, and beautifully untouched by the heaviness that ages so many far too soon. There is something profoundly beautiful about a woman who knows how to love deeply, not loudly, not desperately, not in a way that loses herself, but in a rich, warm, wholehearted way that touches everything around her. She loves with presence. She listens with care. She gives attention like it matters. She makes people feel seen, valued, and understood. And that kind of heart creates a beauty that no mirror can fully capture, yet everyone can feel. Because real love changes a person. It softens sharp edges. It brightens the eyes. It puts warmth into the smile. It creates a gentle glow in the face that comes from emotional richness, from having a heart that still knows how to feel deeply in a world that often teaches people to become cold. Many people become emotionally distant over time. Pain teaches them to hold back. Disappointment teaches them to trust less. Heartbreak teaches them to build walls so high that even joy struggles to get in. And while those walls may protect the heart, they also quietly dim the spirit. But some women choose a different path. They remain open. They remain kind. They remain capable of deep affection, deep compassion, deep connection. Even after being hurt, they refuse to become bitter. Even after being misunderstood, they refuse to stop being genuine. Even after life tests them, they still choose love, and that choice keeps something inside them beautifully alive. There is something irresistibly magnetic about a woman whose warmth feels real. Her energy is inviting. Her presence feels comforting. Her laughter carries softness. Her eyes hold depth. She has that rare kind of feminine energy that feels both gentle and powerful at the same time. A quiet warmth that naturally draws people closer, not because she is trying to be attractive, but because love itself is attractive. A loving heart carries light, a generous spirit carries glow. A woman who deeply loves life, deeply values connection, and deeply honors her own worth develops a kind of beauty that becomes richer with time, not weaker. That is why some women seem to become more captivating as they grow older. Their beauty is no longer built only on appearance. It is built on emotional depth, grace, wisdom, and the soft confidence that comes from knowing their heart is still beautifully full. And people feel that fullness. They sense it in her voice, in her presence, in the way she makes ordinary moments feel meaningful. The truth is, deep love keeps the soul youthful. It keeps the heart warm. It keeps the spirit open. It keeps a woman emotionally radiant in ways age cannot steal. So if people tell you that you look younger than your age, perhaps what they are really noticing is not simply your face. Perhaps they are feeling the warmth of a heart that still knows how to love deeply, care deeply, and live deeply. And that kind of beauty, soft yet powerful, graceful yet unforgettable, creates a timeless glow that only grows more beautiful with the passing years. And now we come to the deepest reason of all, the reason that explains something people feel about you long before they understand it. Some women carry a kind of timeless presence that is impossible to ignore. It is not because life has been easy on them. It is not because they were protected from heartbreak, disappointment, or struggle. In fact, often it is the opposite. They have known pain. They have carried burdens. They have faced moments that could have made them emotionally tired, bitter, distant, or quietly broken inside. But somehow, they still shine. Somehow, despite everything, there is still a spark in their eyes, a softness in their smile, and a quiet fire in their spirit that refuses to go out. And that is where true timeless beauty lives, in a spirit that refuses to grow old. You can always feel this kind of woman before you fully understand her. There is something alive about her presence. She speaks about life with hope. She still dreams deeply. She still believes beautiful things can happen. She still allows herself to laugh fully, love deeply, and imagine a future brighter than her past. She has every reason to become cynical, but she chooses faith. She has every reason to close her heart, but she chooses openness. She has every reason to become emotionally cold, but she remains warm, graceful, and beautifully alive. That choice, to stay alive inside, is what keeps her youthful in a way age can never touch. The truth is, many people do not grow old because of time. They grow old because they stop believing. They stop trying. They stop feeling excitement. They stop allowing passion, wonder, and hope to move through them. Their spirit becomes tired, and once the spirit becomes tired, it begins to show everywhere, in the eyes, in the posture, in the energy they carry. But some women are different. Their soul keeps moving. Their inner world keeps growing. They continue becoming, continue learning, continue blooming. Even when life knocks them down, they rise with deeper wisdom and quieter strength. Even when the world becomes heavy, they protect the lightness inside them. Even when seasons change, they refuse to let their inner fire fade. And there is something deeply captivating about that. A woman whose spirit is still vibrant carries a natural magnetism that cannot be taught. Her energy feels fresh. Her presence feels warm. Her confidence feels calm and deeply feminine. There is mystery in her, elegance in her, and a quiet strength that makes people feel drawn toward her without fully knowing why. She does not chase attention. Her spirit naturally creates attention because real vitality is rare. It feels beautiful. It feels alive. It feels unforgettable. So if people often tell you that you look younger than your age, maybe what they are truly seeing is not simply your appearance. Maybe they are seeing your resilience. Maybe they are feeling your hope. Maybe they are noticing the quiet fire inside you, the part of you that still believes, still dreams, still loves, still grows, and still shines. Because when a woman's spirit refuses to grow old, time may touch her face, but it never touches her glow. And maybe that is the beautiful truth you were meant to hear today. What makes you timeless was never only about how you look, it is about who you are when no one is watching. It is the softness you kept after life tried to make you hard. It is the quiet strength you built in moments no one saw. It is the warmth in your heart, the peace in your spirit, the wonder still shining in your eyes, and the deep love you continue to carry in a world that often forgets how precious that is. That is your glow. That is your mystery. That is the kind of beauty that lingers in people's minds long after you leave the room. So the next time someone tells you that you look younger than your age, smile. Because perhaps what they are truly noticing is not your face, but your energy, a timeless energy that feels alive, elegant, and deeply captivating. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 reasons spoke to your heart the most? Was it your lightness, your wonder, your peace, your loving heart, or that timeless fire in your spirit that refuses to dim? Share your answer in the comments because your story may be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this message touched something deep inside you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and stay part of this journey. Because here, we talk about the kind of beauty, confidence, and inner power that grows stronger with time, never weaker. Until next time, keep your heart soft, your spirit bright, and never forget, the most unforgettable thing about you is the light you carry within.